So this time I'll try not to read anything from the draft, but actually I still have a draft to let me know what I really want to talk about in the month. So far I have like covered four topics for you to short. The first one is called self-care app trap. We have covered three of them. There's one start with W, there's one start with L, there's one start with B. And the second topic is like think fast about some of the quizzes and makeup and maybe some of the thing I find to be funny. And third one is life or communication tips. And the last one is pure knowledge. I like one and four, but two and three are just doing better. So probably in the future I need to focus on a little bit on the life or communication tips. So the biggest problem I currently have is currently don't have a lot to invest, like especially when I'm on the final stretch from my actual license. And currently I don't have anything like from either time or money to invest in the YouTube channel. And I don't really have some friends who did YouTube and be successful. So basically, I'm just blind hopping between different coordinates to see which one actually works. And the challenge I really have is like I can only farm some of the content from the peer-reviewed article or resources. The biggest problem is like there's not a lot of that, and they are not funny to read. And a lot of things actually are just dry knowledge and pure data, and I don't think that'll be interesting. I mean, there's not a lot of interesting topics in the peer review topics, peer reviewed articles or peer reviewed resources, and so I think pretty kind of like running out of content farm. And another problem I can think of is the most of the psychology terms are kind of abused. And I am not talking like they're not doing good content, but I would say people really think psychology content differently. Like how people define real content is probably not what I thought. And then the challenge I have is I have limited platform to work on because of my real life job is pretty the same, and I don't really have mentality to deal with online argument, especially from Twitter. And I'm thinking about like talking some of the real psychology topics like depression and anxiety, and I don't really feel like Twitch is going to like me either. Then the biggest problem I have regarding the streaming is like currently I don't have a fixed schedule, and I cannot I'm trying to like make a dedication like how much time I shall stream each day, and I'm trying to fix my schedule, but I don't think it's working. I have to like adjust my schedule according to the my real life job, and that's just not exactly what I thought to be. The biggest problem I not the biggest, but one of the small problem I really have is like I cannot afford content fillers. So I can only have like a dry topic and probably a back screen behind, and the best I can do is use some software I purchased to get a subtitle done. And I don't really have some spare cash for a photo or a small clip that costs like 49.99. And I am also aware that some of the content I'm doing here are trying to like making viewers know admit their problem, which is definitely not going to be popular as I thought. But I just feel like these things are quite important, and I'm trying to give my best to show like why mental health is always like uh I would say I cannot say like lack of awareness, but like didn't get the attention it deserved to be. And there's a lot of there are also some content about the niche theory, which is like try to make money for the from the VTube. And that is not really what I thought to be like. The niche can be hard since it is since almost all the niche has been filled up, and like for gaming and for especially for psychology and for healthcare, etc., it's just getting tougher for finding a niche, especially when we're just getting started from 2026. It's not like 2016 where everything seems to be easier. Actually, I had a channel since like 2020-ish, and that one was doing great, but I don't think I should just convert that channel into this one. It is just the audience and the viewers just quite different. I don't think that'll work. And I don't think I can sell anxiety or trying to be entertaining, which is I feel like that's another big problem I am facing. The thing I'm trying to talk about is just joy. And sometimes it's just how I feel, not necessarily how everyone feel. And I also don't really want to like don't making the whole YouTube channel an echo chamber, and that just doesn't work. And lastly, I think I need to address the name. I actually didn't think that far when I tried to make a name. The name is definitely inspired from Josiah Schneider. His YouTube channel is quite funny, and I thought it can be funny or cringe enough to make it memorable and less likely have repeated name. And so far, I didn't get any repeated name, or the username has been taken. I didn't get any message. But until I realized people really have a little bit trouble addressing me, and I am aware of this problem, and so far I just want people to address me as Sai, and that would be good enough for me. Or as long as I can recognize, like my real life name is also like a little bit hard to pronounce, so I don't really care how people call me, and I don't like my real life name either. I guess my parents do have some aspirations for me, but I probably just fucked it up. And so here is the future plan. The future plan I have is trying to get YouTube healthcare tag while trying to finish the final stretch of my licensing in real life. And that requires subscription and views, which I'm working right now. It's still like somehow probably gonna be somehow better than when I really get my license in my hand. And again, as I mentioned before, I'll probably start fixing my schedule to see if I can commit to streaming a little bit. And as I said in my first video, my target is actually trying to monetize and preferably cover my annual fee. And I think I lost $300 again for the annual fee, and it's recurring. It's not like a perpetual. It's recurring, and I need to figure out how to pay for that next year. The biggest change I think is relevant to the audience is I'm trying to open my email address. I'll try to give some of the cares as much I can do via email. And you can share your stories here and just doing trash talk, or maybe just ask how it's going. And maybe also Discord too. I really I'm questioning about like how Discord want to enact the ID verification. So I am thinking about Stode. Stode is so far does not require any monetization, but I would just assume few people had a Stode account. And the last thing, like a future plan, like multilingual streaming, that's I was thinking, but usually it just doesn't work. Like it just doesn't work as well as expected. Like different people have tried it, and still English is one of the major language used on YouTube and for everywhere. Well, I think that's all like for 1 month summary, and I'm glad you are watching this. I'm glad I made it here. And so far, I was thinking I would just keep working on YouTube and waiting for enough people like young kick. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you for listening to my bullshit, and have a nice day.